What's up, NFL fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, and don't forget to check out and purchase your copy of our latest football game plan book, Stiff Arming Football Myths. We have these available in both PDF and paperback form. Welcome to FootballGamePlan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, bringing you another edition of Film Session with the Czar, where today we're going to break down a game of quarterback Austin Dodge of Southern Oregon. First, let's take a look at the profile of Austin Dodge out of Southern Oregon. 6'2", 210, plays a lot like Derek Carr of the Oakland Raiders, and we're going to dive into his film and show you why I came up with that comparison. But over the course of his career, you can tell he was well coached out there in Southern Oregon. 64% of his passes, 154 touchdowns. 2 times in his career, he went over 5,000 yards passing and averaged 8.8 yards attempt. So this wasn't a dink and dunk offense. He was going down the field. The first thing I want to see is how tough in the pocket is Austin Dodge. They spread the field out there at Southern Oregon, so Dodge saw his fair share of staring down a gun barrel type pressure, and here versus Montana Tech, he does a great job of standing firm and delivering a strike. Now the second example is a 3rd and 9 in the red zone in the championship game versus Marion this year. You have to stand in there and make it work, and Dodge does exactly that, showcasing both calmness and velocity on the throw to the back of the end zone for the touchdown. And these are just 2 of the countless examples I've seen of this from Dodge on film. How well can Austin Dodge scan the field and make the right throw? I think this is an underrated element of his game. Here you're going to see him go through his 3 options before getting to the open guy, which was his 4th read. What was also impressive about this play was how he was able to get outside the pocket, keep his eyes downfield, and make the throw. Here's another example of Dodge doing the same thing. You can see why I compared him to Derek Carr of the Oakland Raiders. Same type of footwork, buying time before making an accurate intermediate throw down the field. And that was his 2nd or 3rd read, as he wanted the deep ball initially. Here's a great front side read of dual outs. Dodge's job is to find the one with the least threat, and he does that both quickly and accurately. There's also great ball placement on that throw as well. And finally, here's a great example of looking left and coming back to the opposite side and making an excellent throw down the middle of the field. You're starting to get a great feel for why Southern Oregon was so tough to stop offensively. Austin Dodge is a quarterback that plays elite level football from the neck up. Football is a game of movement, and you want to know if your quarterback can excel on the move. And another reason why Dodge compares favorably to Derek Carr is due to how well he's throwing on the move to either side. This was a great throw versus Montana Tech that ended up in a big gain for the Raiders. Now rolling to his left, Dodge is able to square his shoulders up and gets very good placement on his throw. It's so tough for a right-handed quarterback to be this accurate throwing on the move toward his left, but Dodge makes it look routine, and he's checking off a lot of boxes for pro scouts. Arm strength was a question of Dodge's game, but I think he has more than enough arm to power some passes through. Here's 2 examples. The first is a far hash throw to the opposite sideline, and you couldn't place that ball any better than Dodge did right there. The release was quick, great lower body mechanics, and ultimately a great throw. The second example will go to the near side, and again, the amount of arm that's needed to make that throw in the tiniest of windows is evident here by Dodge. I also got the chance to see him throw up close at the NFL Super Regional Combine in Arizona, and there was a lot of RPMs on his passes during the workout, so it's safe to say that Dodge can definitely make any throw on the field. The best part of Austin Dodge's game is how consistently accurate he is on a deep ball. Again, traits translate, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a quarterback, regardless of division or level of competition, that is consistently accurate throwing the football deep down the field like this. The reason why this is a critical component is because of how much pressure it puts on both corners and safeties to stay in coverage, which ultimately opens things up underneath. You see NFL teams complain about not being able to connect deep down the field, and Dodge is making throws past 20 yards where the receiver doesn't have to break stride on a regular basis. So now offensively, you know, if you give your quarterback just a little bit of time back there in the pocket, he can make a defense pay both consistently and accurately down the field. And finally, placement is another key component of Dodge's game. Look at these two throws. The ball is placed perfectly where only his receiver can make the catch. The first one should have been a touchdown, but the second one is your quintessential bucket throw for the game winner in the championship game. Accuracy, arm, and placement go hand in hand, and Dodge has all three components at his disposal in his passing arsenal. So like I always say, traits translate, and when you look at Austin Dodge's game, throwing the football athletically, on the move, down the field, intermediate passing game, going through his progressions, you see a guy that has NFL level type ability, which is why I think he's one of the most underrated quarterback prospects in this year's draft class.